This is why I put the spinnerbait on now, so it'll drop there. I can just sink it right down there. G'day everyone, I'm out here today. I'm fishing for Murray cod with my best mate, the Camo Man. I haven't had the Camo Man in any of my videos for a while because due to our different work rosters and work commitments, unfortunately we don't get to go fishing together as often as we'd like to. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm still on annual leave, I'd be at work today and it still wouldn't have happened. So, annual leave is a great time to catch up with your mates, and we're having a blast so far. So far we've caught a few little cod, and hopefully we can get one off the surface tonight when the sun goes down. Yep, got him. Told ya. Didn't I just tell you actually catch cod in these sort of places? Trout cod, is it? He's got me snagged on that log. Look at that, eh? Just dabbling my lure in that shallow little bit of water there. I've managed to catch this lovely trout cod.
Once you get one, you sort of fish with a lot more.
You fish with a lot more passion, don't you?
Yeah. That's a good size, isn't it?
Sure is. There we go, folks. A lovely trout cod of around 40 to 45 centimetres. Beautiful dark colouring on the cod. Caught on the old mate lure. This is a lure that I'm only new to, the old mate. Now I'm going to put this cod back in the water. And there he goes. I've just released him and he swam off really well. I was going to hold him up and show you something about him, but he's gone anyway. This is an old mate lure. You can find these at Trally's Tackle World in Shepparton. I've chosen this bright green colour because the water is very dark and tannin stained. What a great lure. These are a good lure, these old mates. They're not overly priced. They're about 19 bucks. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a link in the description below to the Trally's website where you can buy these. And I've spoken to Ross over at Trally's and he's told me that if you use the discount coupon or discount code Robbie Fishing, you will get 10% off any old mate lure that you buy. How good was that, Camo Man? I said, did you cast there? He said, no. And I said, well, quite often we get fish out of these really small little sort of shady bits and then bang. Oh, I told you there'd be one up on the upstream side of that log, didn't I? How cool is that? You on? First trout cod for the season. Gives a look. Got some pliers here if you want some pliers. Oh, look at the size of him. Hold him up for a second.
The JD Superbait's never too big.
Small fish beat no fish. I say to people, one fish beats no fish every time. There he goes. Didn't even hardly touch him. Well done, Camo Man. I can't touch the bottom here. Yeah, along that bank there, yeah. I'm full on treading water with one hand. This is a deep bit of water. Ooh, did something hit that then? Ooh, wasn't sure whether something hit it or whether it was just a lure laying on its side. It was just an unnatural, one of those unnatural moments, but you could see something wasn't right. Got him. You were right, it was a fish.
Yeah, I could say it wasn't something big.
Murray cod this time. Rightio folks, there's the first Murray cod for the day. We've got 2 trout cod, 1 each, and now a little Murray cod. Now I'll release this fish now and then I'll tell you something about the area that I caught him in. You ready? There you go, buddy. Off he goes. Once again caught on the bright green old mate lure from Trellies in Shepparton. And just remember folks, there's a link below to where you can buy these things. And if you enter the discount code or discount coupon Robbie Fishing, you'll get 10% off because that's what Ross Trelli told me and he's a good bloke. Now I just threw that lovely little Murray cod back. I released him. He was well and truly undersized. Pretty little fish. But there's a reason I like this sort of water. When the water is low and warm, this time of the year in the middle of summer, it can become low in oxygen. Warmer water holds less oxygen than what cooler water does. So as a result, I love these sort of places where the water breaks up. You can see the water tumbling around here. That's picking up oxygen as it goes. The same as a filter in a fish tank. Look at the bubbles coming up in the water here. This particular spot here is richer in dissolved oxygen than what it is downstream there where it's a lot deeper and slower. Imagine if you're on a shipping container on a hot day and you're sweating and you're just gasping for breath because there's not enough air, and you find a little hole the size of a golf ball and the size of the container. You are going to hang around that hole, stick your lips over the hole and get as much of that fresh air as you can, and cod do the same thing. So in the middle of summer, particularly in these natural flowing rivers that are really, really low, they're warmer, they're quite dark and tannin stained, make sure you don't walk past these sort of areas. Got him. Oh, I lost him.
It looks like it had a good time.
Yeah, he did. He certainly hit the lure hard. I was just about to say we've caught quite a few fish in this particular spot.
Yeah, like an innocuous looking spot there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Likely looking.
it is an innocuous looking spot. Just one question. Just one question, Chief. What does innocuous mean? Innocuous or innocuous? Innocuous, isn't it?
Innocuous.
Isn't that what you look through so you can see further, or is that binoculars? Yeah. Me and Brett, right at the last minute. Nice little Murray cod. Just be careful it doesn't drop away pretty quick there. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll listen to what you say, Robbie.
Well, he's free of that log anyway. Oh.
Can you tie him up to my camera for a minute? Do you want some pliers?
Yeah, I should have the bloody bag because I haven't got them.
I've got fish grips here if you want to lend them.
I haven't got them yet.
I might get a photo actually. Do you want a photo?
Yeah, okay.
Before you I'll get the pliers now. Nice little Murray cod.
Not going to be 50, yeah.
Nah, I'd say probably 45.
40, yeah. Awesome.
Yep. Wonderful. Took it at the last minute just as you're lifting it out of the water.
Yes.
Righto folks, it's been nudging 40 degrees today. I've run out of drinking water and that's why I take this filter pure water bottle with me. I'm going to drink this black slop and I'm going to have a lot of trust in this water bottle. I'll go out to the middle a bit. Look at that, it doesn't look so bad when you look at it like that. That is the nectar of the gods. That is just magnificent. Made from pure clear spring water, kind of. If you actually, while you're drinking it, if you look at the black water, just imagine that you're drinking Coke or Pepsi. It's not so bad. Seriously folks, if you do a lot of bank fishing and a lot of walking in the hot weather, I highly recommend one of these. This is a filter pure. I've got it at Adventure Camping and Fishing in Wangaratta. There's quite a few different sorts around. There's life straws and a few other. If you're spending time out in the bush, and there's a likelihood that you could run out of drinking water like I have today because it's just been so hot and humid and I've been sweating, I highly recommend getting some kind of filtration device. Personally, I think it's not ideal to be drinking this water, but it's more ideal than becoming dehydrated, which can create a lot of other issues. If I'm still alive tomorrow, you'll know the filter works. Rightio folks, I've been having a lot of fun with that old mate lure. It's worked well. The fishing is quite slow, so I've decided to change up. And I've gone to a great big Bassman 4x4 spinnerbait, because sometimes along these steep banks it can be really deep, and by the time a hard body lure reaches the depth, it can be away from the structure, whereas a spinnerbait can fall straight down next to the structure. I'll give this half an hour or a bit longer, an hour, and if it's no good I'll tie the old mate back on, but sometimes it's just worth changing things up. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
I reckon the magic hour is my favourite fishing deal.
It's good, isn't it?
It's like they're a bit more educated.
Got him. The spinnerbait has paid dividends.
Magic hour.
Little Murray cod on the spinnerbait.
Oh, I reckon I might have Spinnerbait, straight on.
There you go folks. Little Murray cod on the spinnerbait. On about the 5th cast since I changed from hard bodies to spinnerbaits. Might be the only one. Or it could be the start of a really red hot session, who knows. Alright, see you buddy. And off he goes. I think he said thank you as he left. Thank you and goodbye. I think he said take care now, bye bye then. Ace Ventura style. I think that was Cod Ventura. I think I'm talking more crap now than I have for the rest of the afternoon. What would you say about that?
It must be, no, it must be a bad influence on you.
Bad influence. Do you reckon it'd be funny if Papa Smurf just sort of stuck his head out from behind that log there and said, "G'day fellas"?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
You were just thinking that, were you?
Yeah.
One of the things that I like most about these Bassman 4x4s is that I can attach my mustard fast hash line clip to them. I don't have to tie a knot, which just enables quicker lure changing. If the spinnerbait's not doing much good, I can change to a hard body. If I want to go from a hard body to a spinnerbait, I can do it quickly. And it's not just the Bassman 4x4s, the Bassman DTs also have the little ring so that you can use a line clip. The other thing I like about it is the fantastic colour range. These bright colours are ideal in this really dark tannin stained water. And the blades from the spinnerbait send a pulse through the water. And I think that the fish feel that pulse with their lateral line that runs down their side. That's designed to feel vibrations. And that's how I believe they feel the pulse from a spinnerbait, and then they can just hone in on it. They can go bang. Got him. Well, look at the size of him. Look at this. Check this out. Can you believe it? Look at the size of him. Wow. What's that? This is even smaller than that. Rightio face, look at the size of that tiny little Murray cod. See ya buddy. That was tiny. That fish wouldn't have been 20 centimetres long, and he took that huge great big Bassman 4x4. Designed for big fish. Got him. Yeah, baby. Oh, he got off. He spat the hook just at the last minute. I don't think he was a huge fish, but I reckon he might have been a 40 centimetre or so fish. Came out from next to those logs over there. He won't come back because I felt too much weight. Oh, you really? Maybe I'm going to jog along here like Robert De Castella. Ooh, look at them. You're a triathlon man, Sandy. What do you think of my technique?
Just needs a bit more of a
With these gumboots, I think I look a bit more like Cliff Young than I do Robert De Castella.
you need a bit more of a mid-foot strike.
A mid-foot strike.
Striking with a heel at the moment.
Oh, well done.
How's that? That's just superstition. Like, I must have had like 300 casts between this one and the last two. And then the first cast I changed the lure straight on.
Very first cast. If I'd known you had that in your bag, I would have suggested you put that one on earlier.
Yeah.
Fluoro, it's all about fluoro.
This one's had a repair job done because
you hit a tree at full bore.
I don't know, I think sometimes when you hit a hard object when you cast it, they break sometimes.
There he goes.
Beautiful. The old
You're the man.
The AP Tiger. I don't know if you can get that camera anymore.
Very first cast of the new lure. So look at the, show me your lure for a tick.
How often that happens?
Look at the lure colours. Black, dark water, bright orange lures.
It certainly stands out this one.
That's what I reckon. I don't go natural in this sort of murky water. I prefer natural colours in the clear water.